Hi, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
We are Untitled Nerd Network. This is the final episode review of Rick and Morty Season 5. Okay. Oh, man. This one was a big one. Matter of fact, they packed so much into this episode that I really am gonna have to watch it a second time, probably before the end of the day, to really get everything that happened. Um, I'm not 100% sure what direction the show's going in now. Well, first off, this was, I guess, the climax of the evil Morty plotline. They finally end up face to face with him. And okay, did you comprehend really what he was doing? Like, I'm assuming he's like trying to. Okay, there was just way too much stuff happening. Because seriously, like
Yeah.
I'm really struggling to keep up with this one. I feel like I need to watch it again. Hell, probably in slow mo, and it's like a discussion episode. Like,
I mean, I guess.
oh, so they had already scanned Rick's entire mind back during season one. They actually made a reference to it, which was funny. But
Mm-hmm.
Evil Morty shows Morty like Rick's entire backstory, and I guess,
Well, no, Rick does. Rick shows it to Morty.
well, yeah, but
He had it, and Morty was like demanding answers and questions, and he gave it to him. He really didn't mean for
expecting,
him to do it right in that moment because they're trying to escape,
yeah.
and he did, and it gave a complete background to Rick's history with losing his wife and everything he's been through up until that point.
So apparently,
He's been hunting this other Rick that he kind of holds responsible for his wife's death.
yeah, and they showed that during the Bird Person episode.
Yeah. I feel like they showed it more in depth here.
Oh yeah, very
Yeah.
much.
Like, you really didn't realize how deep it was until this episode.
The come to find out, no, this came from Evil Morty, but I'm going to go ahead and say that it's true. Rick, after he left, he basically manipulated Jerry and Beth
Mm-hmm.
across multiple universes to get together and have Morty.
Mm-hmm. So
Um,
they were basically mass producing Mortys. Is
yeah,
what they were doing.
and I'm just like, holy crap. So, man, like I'm really, I feel like I probably could have benefited from about 30 minutes of reflection before
Before
doing
doing
the
the
review.
review.
Yeah, because I almost feel like that maybe here in a week or two, after I've had a chance to really dissect this episode and look at some, kind of some commentaries and stuff on it, that I feel like I'd be able to do a better review. Like, probably end up doing like a season end review later. That's just like, okay, this is where Rick and Morty's going and all that. I guess I was partially right because I expected Evil Morty
Mm-hmm.
to pop up, but it's like I expected it, but
You never know with the show, though.
yeah, you never know.
You really don't.
My
Sometimes you think something else really have an impact and it doesn't, and then sometimes it's like a running joke. I mean, I will give the writers and creators of this show credit they will keep you on your toes about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They'll throw shit in there just for the hell of it. That's, to me, part of the appeal of this show.
Now that they've destroyed the Citadel for good, it doesn't look like there's anything left.
No, but even Morty did escape.
Evil Morty escaped into like a. They've referenced the.
It looked like a black hole to me.
Yeah, they've referenced what they call the central finite curve before. They did it during the Citadel episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure what Evil Morty's going for there. This is also the first time they've ever actually called him Evil Morty.
Yeah, that's fair.
In on the internet is where that term, I guess, technically originated, but they hadn't like actually called him that in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Man, like for real, like they end up having dinner with him, and that was crazy. I just kept waiting for him to pull the plug on it, and something happened, and then not run in. But no, they did the full deal, and in a way, now that it's done, I'm like I almost felt like Evil Morty just left. Like it was almost like that was his escape away from all the chaos and nonsense. I don't really know where they're going with that. We might not ever see Evil Morty again. And it really, like, he was willing, I guess, to kill everybody off, and a shit ton of the characters died. Probably upwards of like 95% or more of who was at the Citadel, Rick's and Morty's together. Because, they opened up all of those tainted portals, and like it pretty much killed everybody. And Rick and Morty escape on like a wing of the Citadel that pilots by itself as Evil Morty escapes, and so now it's them on like this section of the Citadel.
Call it, Morty Land or some shit.
Something like that, yeah.
There's a bunch of Mortys over there hanging out.
Bunch of rough looking Mortys too, like living underground like Morlocks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just I'm struggling. I'm struggling right now because I don't really have. There was a lot. There was just a lot to take in, and I haven't. My sponge hasn't been able to absorb all that water yet. So.
That's funny.
It's a great episode when I just literally have nothing.
Well, this is literally your favorite plotline.
Yes, it's the way it's where it's been going, and I've been so looking forward to seeing this, and now that it's done, like I'm almost like
I thought you were gonna hyperventilate when you figured it out.
Yeah, I'm almost like
I was like, oh my god.
I feel like Wile E. Coyote who caught the Roadrunner. Now what do? But I really think it's going to be sooner rather than later when we finally see season 6, because from what I understand, they had already completed writing it and were already making it before this season even premiered.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they've already started writing season 7.
Look at them on top of it.
Yeah, finally. And I think a lot of it was getting that like 70 episode, that big massive purchase of episodes. And now they can worry a little less about everything that's going on behind the scenes, and they can concentrate.
They can just concentrate on that instead of the other bullcrap. That's fair.
If I had to wager, I would say we will get more Rick and Morty by April. That's my guess. I think before summer begins in 2022, we will have already had at least one Rick and Morty episode.
Okay.
I hate it, but I'll just I think that's all I have for this episode right now. I don't I wish I could go more in depth on it, but there was a lot of stuff that happened that I haven't had time to really think about and give a good full explanation. And to be honest, this is the first episode of the entire series that has done me like that.
That's fair.
I feel like I need to really rewatch like the segment where it showed Rick's backstory and a lot of the explanation parts. Pretty much everything from the time they arrived at the Citadel to the end of the episode. I probably need to rewatch that 2 or 3 more times just to figure out what the fuck is going on here. So,
What do you want to rate it?
11 trillion.
Oh my god.
Possibly the only thing I feel like that might take away from this episode is just how much they packed in there. You know, the fact that I'm having to kind of take a break.
Because here's the thing. If they were, what they should have done is made the Crow episode 1 and split this one up into 2 maybe.
Yeah, and added,
kind of spread it out.
Yeah.
Uh
It did. It felt like an hour-long episode that was condensed into 20 minutes. That was the only complaint I had, but I really do think that in hindsight, after a little time has passed, that I'm probably going to look at this episode as one of the best, if not the best, episode of the series. It was just it was the ultimate payoff episode. So.
all right. Well, I personally, I know that this is a fan favorite. I really don't care for this plotline. I don't care for the Citadel episodes.
Ooh, interesting.
They're just not my cup of tea. Like, I don't know. I do not get into these episodes. I'm kind of glad it's come to a close, hopefully, for the
So
most
far,
part,
yeah.
because I just don't care about it. I don't. It's just... What? Like, I get the whole plot line of the Rick that we've been watching is the Rickest of Ricks because, you know, anti-government and stuff like that. He doesn't even care for the Citadel, even though it's run, well, it was run by Ricks, and now it's, you know, run by a Morty, or was, an evil one. But he's still like, no, fuck this, anti-government, what are y'all doing, you know? And I get that, but to extend it out like this, nah. I just don't care for it. It's not my cup of tea. I don't care about it. I don't. I didn't care for this episode. I don't. I don't care for it. I could care less about watching it again. I know. I know, and a lot of fans are going to think that about me, and I ask me if I care.
I mean, you're the one that talk shit about Cyclops and Jean Grey when we had the creators of the cartoon in the room.
Yeah, because who cares? I don't like it, and I'm going to pretend to like something I don't. Like, I'm just not. I'm not going to pretend to fit into the majority of a fan base just because that's what they like. No, it's just not me. I don't care for this.
Okay.
And I'm going to give it... I'm probably going to give it a 7. Just I don't fucking care for the plotline. It was cool to see Morty learn Rick's background, and the anime part about the crows was funny. But really, I mean, we knew even Morty took that over. They just finally showed it to us.
Yeah.
We knew that in our hearts. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know? He escaped. They didn't even kill him. He escaped into a black hole. Like, to leave it open some more. Because, might as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why did we leave that open? They completely destroyed the Citadel, but not even Morty. He's just floating around somewhere. Nah. I don't know. Maybe they'll do something real cool with it, but we'll see.
Yeah. I'm gonna
processing the fact that this was a good episode for you and a shitty one for me.
Yeah.
I just don't care for the storyline. and I'm a little disappointed that this was the season finale. But I know every other fan is like, yeah, this is so cool. So good for y'all. I mean, I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. Like, I'm not going to hate on somebody else's preferences. This just isn't mine.
Yeah, I get it.
So,
Like,
it's like I'm happy for y'all. That's great.
there's people who hate this show now and say that it hasn't been good since season 2, but they're still watching.
I love that shit.
You
Yeah.
know, that kind of thing. This show hasn't been good since. Oh, okay, why have you stuck with it for 4 more seasons? Or 3 more seasons?
Mm-hmm.
Like, whatever.
Yeah.
And anybody who, like, because a lot of the online commentary on, like, the Rick and Morty and the Adult Swim Facebook pages and Twitter and stuff is mostly people talking shit about the show. And I'm like, why, if there's something that you really don't like that much, why are you wasting energy on it? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I personally think that the show's as good now as it's ever been. And that's just because, I do a lot of rewatching of episodes late at night. And I find myself watching more of season 4 and season 5 than I do seasons 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they all have some gems, but for me, 4 and 5 have been very consistent.
It's fair.
So, okay, well, that's it. I guarantee that at least me,
Yeah.
I will be doing another video on this after I've had time to really unpack, process, and rewatch this episode and probably a couple more leading up to it. So, it's a weird feeling not being able to get a good review on the
Well,
episode.
you're overwhelmed with excitement.
I am.
That's what it is.
That's a big part of it.
You're overwhelmed with excitement. You've been waiting on this.
Yep.
A lot of people have been waiting on this.
If I had any complaints at all about this episode, it's just that it felt rushed.
I do feel that, and that may be why I didn't. Also, I mean, not only do I not care for the plot line, but like, I hate when things feel rushed. Let's just slap it all in there.
It had almost a final season of Game of Thrones vibe. Where they're like, oh my god, we've only got 6 episodes. Let's wrap up 73 different plot points and hope we get all of them in there.
Yeah, in the shittiest way we possibly can.
I just assumed as much
this was still better than
the
last season of Game of Thrones.
As much hype as this storyline has gotten over the last several years, and as much as they've been playing it up in the background and everything, maybe I just expected something a little different, like an actual battle or...
Yeah, I felt like it was missing a battle. I'm not gonna lie.
Evil Morty, everything that he's done and the vibe that he's given off really seemed like he was up to more than just killing everybody off and escaping into, like, outside of time or something. Like, I don't know.
That's the thing. Like, I think it would have been a better plot if... Because I did feel like it was missing a battle. I felt like there should have... I felt like Rick and Morty should got recruited by, like, some underground, like, we're gonna overthrow the evil Rick and Morty's.
Yeah.
And they go to battle, and then maybe he escapes, But, like, it wasn't that. It was both of them ran for their lives, and that was it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the hell? Like, that's not in the typical style of the show, either.
Yeah. This episode was different. And I'm still trying to kind of figure it out. But anyway, we'll have more time for that later. We're going to go ahead and wrap this one, and I'll be back in a few days or maybe a week or two with some more thought on the season as a whole, because it does bear discussing. So, anyway, we'll see y'all next time. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
We're your Untitled Nerd Network. This has been the season finale review for season 5 of Rick and Morty.